I think to a certain extent, yes, because the entrepreneur could believe that there is a risk that the corporate venture is willing to kill the company just to take the technology and then have the company fall apart. But on the other hand, it's a good opportunity to have other markets open to that entrepreneurs and to develop the business and to help the entrepreneur and the company to develop the company and allow the possibility to reach other markets that they would not have been able to reach without that. From a legal perspective, the legal challenge that a company that is growing has to face is internal structure, because at a certain extent you have to, when you're a small company, you can have outside counsel involving in all non-core business stuff, legal, finance, and when you start growing and you have to deal with internal expertise and you have to retain legal counsel, for example, or a CFO, a CTO that you may not have when you're a small company, and you have to deal with that. It's going to cost you, and you have to continue being able to manage the company and manage with these people, which is not that easy. As far as incentive plans is concerned, the main risk for a company is to avoid having a huge number of shareholders at a time where the company is going to be sold. So of course it's a good opportunity to develop incentive plans, to grant stock options or BSPC or whatever to employees all over the world, but you have to continue focusing on the fact that at some point the company will have to be sold. And if you have lots of employees who own shares, and then you have to be able to gather all that people at the time of the sale for that people to sell their shares and to be committed to do that. And another issue that a company could face is that you grant shares or options or BSPC to employees, and then that employee decides to leave the company. At some point, the entrepreneur may not be willing to buy back the shares. And they could believe that at that point it's a good idea not to buy back the shares because it's maybe too expensive. But at the time of the sale of the company, you have an issue, and you may be able to deal with that with 1, 2, 3 people. But when you have more than 10 or even more than that, the company may face huge difficulties in the process of sale.